A24 and Celina Song team up for a rom-com. Seems like the perfect match. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Movie Dive. Today we're diving into A24 and Celina Song's new film, Materialists. Before we do, please don't forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive. I'm trying to get this little channel to 1,000 subscribers here in 2025. If I do, I'll be giving away a free $150 gift card to a random subscriber of my choice. And if you comment down below, you have a higher chance of winning. So I'm not going to lie, but the trailers for the Materialists didn't make me that excited for the movie. To me, it just looked like a rom-com. We've got two attractive people going after another attractive person, and it's just going to be a love triangle the whole film. I'm going to say that I'm very pleasantly surprised that that is not true. Now, Celina Song has showed that she is an amazing director, especially with Past Lives that came out a few years ago. And here she does a great job of presenting you with a movie that's supposed to be a rom-com, but it really dives into the psyche of what people go through in today's world with dating, and not just dating, but also diving into what people just have to deal with so many things going on at once, and how a materialistic world can really mess up your view on what is important in life. So at the lead here, we have Dakota Johnson. This is the perfect role for her. I've been kind of down on her lately, especially with movies like Madame Web, which of course is not her fault. That is all in the script. And she gets really good stuff to work with here in Materialists. The dialogue is great. The directing is immaculate in this film. Every scene looks like Song really took the care and love to really put her point across on screen. Now, there can be typical tropes when it comes to Dakota Johnson's character. So at the beginning of the movie, who's just really into herself, who doesn't love anyone, and then towards the end of the movie, starts to change a little bit. That can be something that you might see coming, but everything's been done before. It just depends on if you do it correctly or not. And with so many movies that have come out in the past few years that have a basic premise that just feel like they were written by ChatGPT, this is not one of them. They treat the audience like they're smart. They treat you like you're grown-ups. There's actual situations in the film that you have seen yourself personally in before. Or maybe you're going through it right now because this movie feels really based in the real world. Pedro Pacal, of course, is in this movie. He's been in a lot of movies as of late, so he is the go-to man. And they do some really good things with his character in this movie. Chris Evans is also great in this film. It's also a movie I'm really glad he chose to do as his next step, because he's been doing these kind of dumb action comedy movies for Netflix that just haven't really worked out, and have made you turn a blind eye to how actually Chris Evans can be a good actor as well. So again, I say Materialist is proof that if you take these actors, put them with a good script, put them with a good director, they can really shine through and show what they're capable of. At times, the movie can go in several different directions, but I feel like every direction seems to work. You think it's going to be cheesy, but then they just go into a deeper meaning of why it's cheesy, and you're like, damn, yeah, I've been through that, and it starts to hit you in your emotions and your feels. And for the first time in a while, I would say I was watching the rom-com not knowing exactly where it was going. That is the main knock on rom-coms for at least the last 20 years, is you just know exactly where it's going. Sometimes that's a good thing because you just want to turn your brain off and watch something good. But in this case, I was watching the film. I truly did not know what direction these characters would go. And again, Dakota Johnson does a very good job acting in this film, as you can totally tell which character she is actually in love with and which character she's just with to be with. And it doesn't make any of the characters some super villain or make them look bad or anything. It just actually makes them look like regular people and what regular people go through. And again, I think that's due to the incredible work from Celina Song, as she shows she knows how to bring real world people into her writing and onto the screen. When this movie was really diving into deep thoughts, emotional psyche, and how people are just addicted to having things rather than actually finding love with people, that is what I most loved about The Materialists. Again, towards the end and everything, it goes into the rom-com angles, which you gotta expect in a rom-com, which are parts I liked but didn't love. But however, 90% of the movie I was absolutely in love with and enthralled with, and I thought the writing and directing was just a breath of fresh air, which I'm going to compare, for example, to a movie like Anyone But You last year, which was nice to see a rom-com. However, that movie just made the audience feel dumb, and it just seemed like situations that would never happen. I know some people are more into that goofy side. I'm not as much. This was my type of rom-com that I really loved. I don't know if it still reaches the levels of Crazy Stupid Love. Time will tell with that one, but I absolutely did love The Materialist. I'm going to go ahead and give The Materialist a 83 out of 100. It is one of my top favorite movies I've seen so far this year, and something I could rewatch a lot of times in the future, as I feel like it gives a very good message to the present day. What did you guys think of Materialist? I want you to let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive, and we will see you next time.